So let's check what Alyazi made for us. And we have pipes in the machines from now on. Okay, so we have 10 parts. Thank you for making those parts. And thank you for naming them. Now, let's check something. Okay. Can I switch my account? Yes. Can I edit? I'm not sure if I can edit. Yeah, I can. So, I will just do the first one. Is Alyazi here first? I think she's not, so she will see the recording. So I will do the first one and show you guys how we can uh, make appropriate content for the parts. Now, don't worry about these four. You can't fill them in. This is for development, like people who are programming PolyUp. They like to see numbers, so they add numbers here. Uh, let's. You see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. So let's name them. This is what we would see here. Let's open PolyUp and look where these things appear. Okay, so when you add a part, let's say the terrain library, when you hover over a part, you will see there is preview 3D. You don't need to worry about that. We do that. There is bamboo name, and there is a description after the bamboo name describing what the part really is. Let's say if we go to the solar system, you can see the description is longer because this part has a chip and the chip does something, so kind of makes sense to add more description to it. Other stuff like the floor, it doesn't have any functionality, it's just a simple floor, so it has a small description. Same for the walls and the roof. So when we are adding a description, it's important that we give meaningful text here. Now, let's first fix the name here. Instead of straight 1, straight 2. Who? Sorry? Okay. So let's call it straight pipe. Okay. And this one called straight pipe. We need to differentiate it since this one has these screws in, and like it's the area that connects to areas like this. So what should we call that? Does it have a specific word associated with it? Does someone know? Okay. It reminds me of a font called Slab. So there's Roboto font. I'm sure you've seen this. It's the default font on Android devices. It's very clean. It's very simple. But there is something called Roboto Slab, which has these things. So I will just call it a slab. I might be wrong, so feel free to fix me now or later. Here, let's add a description for this one. So what would a description for this pipe be? We can call it a hollow cylinder shaped pipe with both ends open. And you can add more, you can add less. It's really up to the author of this library. Um, and that's it. Now for the tags, first, thank you for adding these tags, but we separate them by commas. So comma. You can add space or no space. It's okay. So pipe, factory, tube link, colorable. So this is really great. Uh, let's keep them lowercase. And we can add cylinder as well because it looks like a cylinder. We can add industrial, and we can think of other like tags. The more tags we have, of course, like they need to be meaningful tags, the better. um, and that's it. So thank you for making this one, and let's see how the parts look like. So I have them in my downloads, I believe. Yep, they're here. Let me open 3GS and create a new file and drag these files here. So these look awesome. Thank you. One thing is we don't need this extra group because this is a group that has a group of the anchor and mesh. But we don't want that. We just want one group like this. As you notice, it moved it back here because it was the parent of this part is still here. So we took it out, so it moved it back here. Don't worry about that. We can do that here. We will give this file to the developers, and hopefully we can have the parts ready for testing as soon as possible. The sooner you finish this file, the sooner the parts would be available on Polyar. Okay, so let's move to the next subject, the head library. So as you saw earlier, we kind of like work together on the parts here, and Zarifa is continuing work on this file. So she has the smile here. So Zarifa, what is your question? I think you asked something.
Something weird happened. I don't know what it's like, how to fix it.
Fix this?
Yes.
Okay. So this is called z-fighting. Z-fighting is when things exist in one space. Now in real life, like let's work on a clean file. Like like imagine if this was a sheet of paper. Okay, so this is a sheet of paper that you have. In real life, if you put like another sheet of paper, it will be slightly above it. Same with everything else, right? Like this is a stack of papers. It would look like something like this. You can't really have two things that exist in the same place in real life. Like you can't stand in the same area as someone else, because that means you will go through that person like this. You can see that it goes inside these papers and there is nothing stopping it. So in 3D there is something that happens called z-fighting, and it occurs when two things exist in the same 3D space, and that creates problems. So if I duplicated this paper and I set it to be in the same 3D space as the other paper, now you don't notice anything happening. The reason is both have the same color. So let's give them random colors. And now you should see that in some places, one second, like this, you will see the z-fighting happening because both are trying and fighting for attention. Both claim that they exist here at the same time. So Blender doesn't know what to do but to show part of this and part of that depending on the angle that you are looking at the two. So the same thing is happening here. This one is perfect on its own, and this one is perfect on its own. Oh, we still have z-fighting here, but that we will fix that. It's within the same project. But if we add the head, it will increase because now we have at least 3 things fighting for the space. If you look at it right here, they are in the same place. So let's fix that. Fix is easy. Just move it away slightly. Just one nudge. And that's it. Now there is another problem here. There is z-fighting happening in the same mesh. Like here we have this z-fighting. Similar to what we had in the ear yesterday. And the reason for that is you scaled it 0 in the z-axis. So the vertices don't have room to move. So if we increase the scale, you can see it actually looks like this. Which is weird because you want it to look like this. So just apply the scale. Okay. And inside you will see that if you move something like this one, like let's move this face, you still have those faces from before that we just showed, right? It's like a hollow half a donut. So to fix that, we can merge the vertices. Just select everything, mesh, clean up, merge by distance. You can see it says here it removed 60 vertices. It fixed some, but some did not work as well. Let's check that. Okay, everything is working as expected. Okay. Now the other problem is, now we have faces that look like this and faces that look like this. And we fixed that by fixing the normals. In previous videos, in sessions, we talked about normals. They are just means to tell which face is out and which face is in. Quick demonstration of that is the cube. So this is a cube. You know that this face is out, and when you look at it from the inside, you know that this is the inside. So you know this is the inside and this is the outside. Blender tries to understand that, but sometimes you need to tell it. Like let's say go here and show the normals. Here normals, and click here. You can see that there is blue line going out from every face. Every face has a normal, but you don't see it inside. And the reason is it's pointing outside. So you are telling it the outside is here. Now if we go to our mouth, now we see a problem. Some faces say the outside is here, but the majority of faces say, hey, no, you are wrong. The outside is here. And I believe these faces are the correct ones because the mouth outside is going this way. It's not inwards. You can go to individual faces like this. Okay. And you go, I think, Shift N, recalculate normals. and you tell it to go inside, and now it inverted that face. Sorry, inverted that normal. Control Shift N will auto fix it. Control Shift N. Let's select everything using A. Let me enable shortcuts so you can see. Let's enable everything and Control Shift N. Let's Control Shift N again, and that will invert it. So normals are a pretty important thing. You don't need to deal with them every time. It's just that when you have them, it's important that you know that they are looking the right way. Just when you are curious about something not working, just go into edit mode and go here and check the normals. See if they are correct, they are correct. If they are not, you can fix them, then disable them like this. Was that clear?
Yes.
Okay, great. I know this normals thing is complicated, but it's there. We need to know it. Do you have any more questions?
No, so
Okay,
also
so let's work on the mouth today. So it's called smile, and here I will try to make a mouth out of this. Okay, so let's come here. We have a lot of geometry here. We don't need it. We just loop select it and dissolve edges. Now it's cleaner, and then we select everything. Well, let's think about it. Do we need what do you say? Do we need thickness to the mouth? Do we need to make it embossed or beveled? Let's take a look. I would scale it down a notch. Put it down. Yeah. Actually, that aligns perfectly with the mouth anchor. So we created this anchor for the mouth, and this would be here. So we have that. Let's see vertex color, and here we can, let's give this some thickness, or maybe not. We don't need thickness. And later in future, not very far in future, we will have ability to add animations, so you will be able to change the mouth from smile to sad to weird using chips. So that will be very soon. And maybe we can explore how we can create some animation here and trigger it or control it using chips and math in Polio. But that's for future. Let's worry about modeling for now. So this mouth is fine. Let's add anchors to it. Okay. First, this origin is not very convenient for us. So let's choose somewhere more convenient. So maybe this area. Cursor to selected. And we say we want the origin to be here. So object set origin to 3D cursor. And I want to move it to the 0 of the word. So N. We 0 everything. We need to apply the rotation and apply the scale. So we just Control A, all transforms. Now we just need an anchor. As you saw earlier, the anchor was here for this mouth, so we need to add it in the same place. Let's do that. We want it to be in the middle of this line, so we select the line, Shift S, cursor to selected, and create an arrow empty scale. Change the size. We want the Z to go into this direction because it will connect from this direction. It will go out, so R, X. We can do -90 or 270. Both are equivalent. And this is it. We now just need to make cursor toward origin. We just need to make a plane axis object and name it smile, and this is our anchor, and both the smile and the anchor go in the smile parent. So Control P object. So now we have one parent that has mesh and anchor. Now let's name this colorable because we want people to color the mouth. And there you have it. There is one problem though. Let's check what is that. So let's first add the smile and put it in the right place. So Y like this. We need to be accurate here because this will be the same exact place in polyp. This anchor will connect exactly to this anchor. So ZY. It's exactly at 0.35 or maybe more. Is it 36? I think 75. Okay, so this is exactly where it would connect. And you see we have the same problem. The mouth and the face are in the same area. So we can fix that in two ways. First, add thickness to the mouth so we can't see this fighting. So it will be like you are hiding something under a rug, so you don't bother with it. Like I don't see it, it doesn't exist. Or you can just nudge it a little bit more. And let's see in polyup, let's say if we have, oh man, I don't have that. Yeah, I have the 2D shapes. So we have this shape. You can see it doesn't have thickness. It's like the mouth in some way. There is no thickness to it. So if you add two of this, like this, oops, let's make sure they're in the same space, like this. Okay. And let's make this one red. And move them. Voila, you can see the z-fghting happening. So to fix that, we add a little space here. And if we connect the parts with this, you can see that we added, I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's there. There is a blue line. This is the underlying part. We add the space because we don't want the fighting to happen, right? So we need to do the same thing in the mouth. We need to add a little bit space between the anchor and the mesh so it doesn't cause fighting. So let's go here again. So as you can see, the anchor is exactly at the face, and the face anchor is exactly at the face. So what would happen? What we just saw earlier. So we just need to nudge it a little bit here. There is no exact value. Just do like maybe one. Yeah, one in 1,000. I think would be more than enough. Yeah, just do 1 in 1,000. That will fix it to some degree, unless we're scaling too much back. Okay, so now we have the smile part. Let's hide that and open the preview. This is still not fixed because we need to fix the anchor by moving it. So we add, you don't have to do this in Polyab, it will do that automatically. But basically we add 1 in 1,000 and that will fix it like this. Okay, anyone has any question? Okay, so Sarifa, we're pretty much there. We just need the eyebrows. Okay, just add the eyebrows like we added the smile, and maybe add a nose. I don't make a complex nose. I think this, if we use something like this, like a nose, like half a circle, I think it would look great. Like this one. It looks like a clown nose, but it's good. And maybe in future we can add other noses, like weird nose, funny nose. We can add them later here. So, but for now, just do a half a circle, sorry, half a sphere, a dome shape for the nose, and you can use the same exact one that looks like this. Um, and that's it. Uh, let's do that, and then we can have the head. Just, just, just the head with the features, eyebrows, nose, mouth, ready, and we can work on the hair and the hat next week. But I really want to have this in Polyab as soon as possible. So just create the remaining things, and if you have any question, just ask on Discord, okay? You know where to find me. Parts discussion. Just mention me and ask here, and I will answer as soon as possible. Thank you for joining us, and see you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.